Yeah, I like that. We're not going. I'm this and this. It's
Nah,
this a shit show. Eh?
we don't try to have this shit show here.
Yeah.
Even though it's a English version of the podcast now, and like my English, I'm apologizing for everyone listening. If my English is more like the Arnold Schwarzenegger-ish with grammatical errors, but yeah,
I'm really glad you. I don't know. We had a call 2 weeks ago or something, and I'm really glad that me and Monica came around. It happened so randomly, but thank you for welcoming us in your shed.
you're welcome. It's a pleasure having you here. Jan, where should we start? You are the creator of Flat Out Days, like probably the only or the last really big freeride event festival in Europe actually. So there are a few freeride events maybe if there's a fest series by Nico Wink. But yeah, you created this festival, and for me it was the first time visiting Flat Out Days in 2022. And it was insane for me. It was like, on the one hand, it was insane, like to see the build, like those mountains of dirt, like the. I remember driving in there and I saw this 10-meter high hip there, and I was like, are those guys a bit, I don't know, stupid? And yeah, and the riding was insane. The people were insane. The whole vibe of the week was different because it was not also like just riders by themselves. It was like also other riders and spectators, and it was such a chill vibe. And for me, this was like, yeah, really the best thing. And
I don't speak to many riders actually, or to people, especially to riders, how different you mean it, because I usually it's just it's cool and stuff like that. They say something around the event, but I never really get to the point of what it feels different.
yeah, you've been to Royal Hills with me.
Yeah.
We've been to Mexico together to Fruit Fiesta, and it's like kind of more like a rider circle, and it's like really closed. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it feels like more private, like a private session with the boys, which is also very nice to have on the one side. But
This is like a media event.
yeah, exactly. And then you have kind of Flat Out Days, which is more like a real festival.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I don't like festivals because like too many people, loud music. I don't know, like I'm probably getting old. And then, yeah, Flat Out Days was completely different to me. And yeah, this like was your kind of goal, I think, to educate the people. Eh?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, everything started because of Nico. Like, we both looked up to Fest series. When once that started, like, I was racing downhill before with my friends, and it was the community back in Slovenia. It was, let's say, at that point, the only thing really happening in the part I wanted. But some part of me wanted the jumps and stuff like that. And when Nico and the guys did the Fest series, it's like it was the dream. And once I was in Whistler and I saw what the bike park can be, and to be honest, like Whistler is not the bike park, but it's sick riding there.
What do you mean?
I mean, when you go to the other bike parks or smaller bike parks, even Malmi, the bike park, for example, like what Nico built there, and it's just way more options to ride, not just line, let's say Dirt Merchant and A line with Whistler. Then you're kind of limited, but then you have the options on the line like gaps, different gaps, triples, quads, stuff like that, and just creativeness in the bike park. And once I came back from Whistler, me and my friend just wanted to start doing something as well. And it was it kind of pushed me and my friends. We put some money together, did something back in Ljubljana in the main town. And thank you to the guy of Bike Park Ljubljana for letting us to build there, even though they just said it's gonna be five guys jumping, but it was a small 15-meter gap jump. I
But
mean,
back then it was.
it was quite big back then for us. Like Fest was way bigger, but we had to start somewhere. and I'm glad we could start there. And then just kind of grew up, and I couldn't get to ride fast. And I don't know, I just got to the point of having option to build my own big jumps. And in 2020, once COVID came, like the jump in Ljubljana, we got to the point of, yeah, I just get up to the point where I was being fucked. And I won't say it in a nice way because it wasn't really a nice feeling, but it pushed me into thinking, like, let's say, what can I do to get to do the event further? I want to go bigger because I was thinking in Kočevje, about Kočevje. Yeah.
So the first event was one big jump.
It
With-
was a small shark fin, a step down, and then a 15-meter jump. Yeah.
And this is still like this line is still active now.
Still active, and it's like MTB Ljubljana weekend, which is they're organizing in, I think, every September. It's happening, like local club Kadi Right is organizing it, and it feels good that it's still there. Like it is still getting used. Riders are having fun, but I'm glad that I got to the point which pushed me into going forward. And then in 2020, yeah, I was on the point. I was more than around 10 years full-time programming, freelancing, and I was speaking with Monica, like,
Oh, wait. We need
Yeah.
to go into this topic. You've been a programmer and like
yeah, I've been into computers for a while and mountain bikes. Like whenever it was raining, I was behind the computer, and the other way I was on the bike. Like, and me and my friends had a crazy story. Like we could do it for hours. Like when I was 6 years old, I moved to my other town, which I would say I lived the most time there, and there I met all my childhood friends. And across my house, it was blank spot beside an old house, which my granddad kinda let's say watched over it. And when I was 7, like I asked my granddad if we can build our house over there with my friends, and we put like we came together. I think all my friends are 2-3 years older, and we set up a house, 2 stories. And it started
we've
with wood and everything, like 4.4 by 4 meters, something like that. We wanted to have our own spot with my friends, so we started like that, and we also started something with the bikes beside the house, small jump and stuff like that. We pedaled across the whole street and jumping small, and then that house went sideways.
of course.
we learned that we didn't build it in the correct way, so we put it down, and now we learned how to do it correctly. We didn't go 2 stories, we just stayed on the ground. So we built another house where 1 year later, I think I was 8 or 9. We put it together, all of it is isolation, proper isolation on the roof, all the roof, like we put double bed, like I don't know how it's called, bunk bed,
Yeah.
and a couch inside, and
With 10
everything.
years.
Yeah, even less. I think I was 8, 9 friends, yeah, around 10, something like that.
I
Then
couldn't tie my shoes with 10 years.
we had time of our life, dude. Like best childhood ever. If I look at it from this part of the view, and then we started building jump over there, and we pedaled across the whole street with downhill bikes, and with at first with a dirt bike, and that's how we started into riding, and then into downhill racing and stuff like that. And then, yeah, that was the way how I started having mountain bikes in life. And at first we were doing it on 16-inch wheels. But then computers were always the time where when it was raining, I was behind the computer, and I never wanted to work for somebody else in a way of being limited. So at 16, 17, I started doing programming, and at some point I was working for American company, freelancing, I think, for 2 or 3 years, and it was a good budget. I got some on the side, but in 2020 I was like, I don't see myself anymore full-time programming. I already had a bad crew trail building company. for 3 years already, since 2018. And I just wanted to do something with my passion. Not a passion, but I live for mountain biking. Like, not, it's part of my life, like we spoke last day. But I just wanted to continue that, and I couldn't do it like full-time programming. I had to do it, and at some point I had to switch. And that happened in 2020 in Kočevje. Once I moved away from Ljubljana, like a week after, let's say, I didn't want to cooperate with Ljubljana anymore. I envisioned going in Kočevje in 21 instead of 2020. But things moved forward, and it pushed me into going there and ask them, "Are you guys up to that we do it this year already?" So it was a 1 week decision, and we said, "Okay, let's do it." We came there, COVID hit, and I had my own budget, and all the sponsors dropped. All the sponsors that we had in Ljubljana, everyone dropped because of COVID, except one beer company, Green Gold Brewing. They were the ones that would give me some budget, even though it was COVID. But they said that we agreed that it would be exclusive beer sold for 3 years on the festival.
But
And
like,
that's how I got the budget, and I put all of my savings into 2020.
but before it was just a session, like a 1 day, like
No, it was
Ljubljana.
already public. Like 2017, we built it's such a long story that I'm jumping over a bit. But 2016, we built one jump. 2017, we rebuilt it into a better table. Not the table, it was a gap one. 15 meter, like a 2 meter high kicker.
But the
We-
session itself was not like, it was not flat out. There's a fest, like a week.
2017 was Slovenian Whip of Championship, a 1 day event.
Okay.
Then 2018, beside the jump, we built a dual slalom, and we made it into, I think, was it 1 day or 2 days? God damn, it's so much stuff. But all my friends didn't want to build the jump bigger in 2018, and I wanted to go. I was watching Fest, for example. Like, dude, like Fest is. It was the shit that back in the days. Like, it was the only guys doing that on mountain bikes. Like,
It was
like
my
it's-
religion also. It was like I saw those videos in 2014, I think 2016, and
crazy stuff. Different era.
my life changed, like watching
Yeah,
those things.
yeah. It inspired me so much. Like, I wanted to do it. Like, I really wanted to do it. And like, being Jan from Slovenia with 500 followers, you don't get there. But like, I know it's not about followers, but you know how it goes. Like, you're not any name or anything. You don't have really, like, you don't know the scene. You're not part of it that much that you just write to them, "Can I come help you out?" Because you're a bit scared doing that.
But you're the only guy I know who was like, okay, I'm probably not gonna be invited. I built my own my own jump, because this is not something which is easy to build. You need like, I don't know how many cubics of dirt
it's-
and machines and everything. So it's actually like the worst hobby you can choose to.
It's not.
to
It
get
wasn't
into those jumps.
profitable at all. It's still not. But now we're at the point that I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I saw it in Kočevje, but we got fucked.
Again. Okay,
Again.
but then 2020, you had the idea of this festival.
So before that, Monica already had the idea. I had the idea of doing the lines, inviting the riders. Monica wanted to bring more vibes.
For all the listeners, Monica is your
Yeah, my partner, my wife to be, and like we kind of, I don't know. We sometimes talk that we kind of met with the purpose of not just living our life together as a family, as a partnership, but also doing this. Like, I have one vision, she brought the other part of the vision. And we already in 2019 in Ljubljana, we already had two-day event with dual slalom and then also pump track under the lights, and the jump, 15-meter jump. And then 2020, with the new location, we could do the whole festival. So it was 4 days in 2020, but I put all my money in. I said, "God damn, let's see what's gonna happen." The worst it can happen is I lose my money, but money can also always be made back. That's how I see it. Like you put some hours in and you get the budget back. But it's the experience to me that counts. Like the experience and the life itself is what it counts, not the money. Like even if you lose, like you get the experience out of it. And I don't look at
And
it.
worst case is like you have a job, still a job there, like programming.
I can go back to it.
Yeah, all
Like I'm not looking at it that point. I'm not into this
plenty.
anymore. But now I'm fully into this. But at that point, I was like, I can jump back if it doesn't work out. And yeah, the worst it can happen, I lose the budget. So I put everything into it and the budget from the beer company, and we went into it. It was such a crazy summer. Like we lived, thank you to the local shaper. We lived in his basement in the apartment. Me, Monica, and a couple of friends, and we were building the big line and the jump line there, updating a couple of things in the bike park, just so that people that come have something to ride as well. Because I loved Nico's approach in Malmedy. We visited Lustfest in 2019. That opened my eyes of these jumps are big. When I came in 2019 there, I was like, oh yeah, exactly. Like, oh, this is bigger than I thought. Like it's always like that. Like on videos don't do justice.
And also, if you hear the number 25 meters, it's okay,
It's just a
25
number.
meters. But if you see the piles of dirt and everything, it's like 25 meters
Yeah.
change.
And that year,
Drastically.
Nico rebuilt it into being what it is now, almost, I think. And it was such a cool thing to see, and that inspired me for the line in Kuchevia.
One question, because like it's not like building those kind of jumps is not like average trail building. So how did you learn, or how did the workflow evolve? Because it's not like one jump you can take, okay, it doesn't work this way, I put it back 1 meter. This doesn't work with like I don't know how many tons of dirt, you know. How do you approach such a build
Wow, it's like
with almost no, I don't want to talk shit now, but with almost no experience of building those huge things, and not like this was the first time you put together a whole line.
yeah, I also failed at the end and broke my ankle, but we're gonna get to that point. But I've been building like my whole life, like in the woods, building like downhill tracks, pump track with my friends at home, some small dirt jumps, stuff like that. But never with a big machine like the 15 ton and 20 tons and building like these piles. I just saw it at Nico's event, and I took everything I could in my head and how he built it, how he envisions riding the big jumps, and then I kind of just went to Kuchoi and went over the terrain and tried to do it on my own. Like I couldn't get to ride the fest. So as you mentioned, like I wanted to ride big jumps, so we did that, and I don't know. I envisioned it. This is gonna be the kicker. Here is gonna be the landing, and I went step by step. And at the end, like 2020 came to being the first hip, the middle jump, and a jump over the road. And that was the wild year, but not as wild as, let's say, 25 now. Like compared to not stress, but such a big project and the building and handling the people and everything. 2020 was more like playing around.
Yeah, like
it
trial
was
and error kind of.
Yeah.
But how did the line work out in 2020?
Like
Because it was the first real try of.
to like it was not just riding. For example, I needed to bring the riders in. It was COVID, and me and Monica were working everything we could to bring the riders in. Then, for example, BMW and Bizet were the only big names that confirmed they would come. And then 1 week before the event, Spain came on the red list, and BMW was cut off of not coming. And then like we kind of tried to get him in, and that was the wild thing. Like we were testing the jumps, not testing just the jumps. It was the day of doing the first hits. I was pushing the bike up the hill for first hits, and it was, I think, the last day we could try to organize that Bienler comes in. So I was pushing the bike up and have a ministry on my phone, and then they connect me to the police. I got reconnected, come to the top. I do a running, come to the jump, then I push up, and a friend helps me push up. I do the call in between, like 5 times that I reach the correct person that we get Bienvenue then. After that, I'm not exactly sure of the exact timeline of this, but then at some point at the top I was just like, oh god damn, I have to hit the first one anyway. I built the jumps like it was I think
It was the hip.
Dorian Macher was also there.
The hip.
The first hip, yeah, not the big one, but the first right hip, the transfer one. And I think it was me.
No, what? Not the big one. The big one was the second.
Big last hip. It was the second year. The first year was the jump over the road at the end, but the first jump was the transfer.
Yeah.
And that was the first jump that like we tested, and like sometimes after those phone calls I just clicked in my head I'm going, and it worked. Like it worked perfectly. And I was like, god damn, like I was happy, like insane, like we were all happy as hell. And then Dorian hit the second one and bailed because he was going a bit too short. I think he cased the first one, then still pedaled, tried to do it, threw the bike away, but he survived, all good. And then I think the next day I tried to do the last jump over the road, and that was just before the actual event happening. And I didn't position the jumps really good, that the speed was going nicely, so it was a bit too slow, and I saw that I'm not gonna make it. I threw the bike away and I hit the back of the landing, broke my ankle, so I was out for the event. For the actual event, I've had the white thing on my leg, and but it was a wild year. Like then the rain hit, and BNV stayed for after the event. He did a front flip on the middle jump. That was the point. It was a world record until Steenbergen broke it a couple weeks after. It was pretty killer experience. Like I was some dude from Slovenia. BNV came world record on that. It was cool
I
experience.
didn't know that it was a world record.
Yeah. I think for some time, for a couple of weeks. Then I think Steenbergen in some edit broke the record after. I'm not about like record stuff, but it was cool stuff happening in unknown event in Slovenia. Like I was pretty proud of what we achieved. But living there, like me and Monica, after we left from the apartment, we slept on the pickup bed under the tent for a month. Like we were like gypsies over there. It was crazy experience, but one of the best summers ever. Like we were like just doing our own. Nobody was doing anything, like it was COVID. We had time of our lives. It was such a cool summer. And then we just saw it can come to the whole festival. That was the 4 week, and then we went for the full week. We saw it can go, it can develop into really something that we envisioned. Like I didn't want that it's just riding part. Monica also brought these people vibes, and I never wanted to have the feeling of just riders. Here are all the professional riders. I wanted all of it, like the hanging part, the visitors hanging with the riders, all of it. We wanted it, and then things kind of started to click into this vision that we had with the festival. That we hang out, we have fun. It's not all about the music. It's about riding. It's about having fun. It's about community. It's about doing something that I missed in mountain biking, in the events. All of it was racing or media events mostly. I mean, Nico was doing the Loose Fest where people came, but we envisioned it in a bit differently organized way, and then doing the events for the people, and just doing our own thing, how we want it, how we like it, and how we see what kind of missed for us. And I never could get to those big jumps until some of that. I think it was then 22 in Poland that Szymon and Nico invited me to ride the Polska. But then 21, yeah, I brought the big machine. Instead of 15 ton, we brought the 23 ton. And they built a camping where the step-up landing was, because I wanted to keep the step-up over the road, just change the layout a bit. But they built a camping there and pull up like through all the landing on the other side of the road, because I told them, give me the dirt over. I'm gonna need it for the hip if you build the landing there. I didn't have any other option as the hip to end the line, and that was a wild object to build. Like I just started throwing together, and I didn't have enough dirt to actually make it as big as it needs to be. So in 21,
I don't know how big it was in 21 or
in
22,
21 it
but
was, I think, 2 or 3 meter lower.
yeah, but it's still, if it's
It
2
was-
or 3 meters
yeah,
lower, it's still
23
7
ton,
meters.
23 ton on top was quite sketchy feeling being on top, and checking left and right, having the edges, and it was dry like summer, 35-degree, everything dry, 23 ton on top. And I was like, God damn, if something goes sideways, it's not the best thing to fall over with
How
a 23
much
ton.
space was like,
I don't know, half a meter on each side. And then I kind of needed to build like a steps on each side to build it together. So the end, this was the kicker, where I could have the machine positioned. 2022 then was even more like sketchy to build even higher, because you had to brake in 21 to hit it. Like you couldn't go full gas like in 22 when you were there. And in 22 they brought the dirt, 2,000 or 3,000 cubic meters with the trucks from the local construction site. They were bringing the dirt all the time. But the one thing that was like, I was at Poland, we were riding, like I was so happy. We put the flat out days on, and God damn, I'm riding the fest. It was really good experience. Like my dreams came true. Like even though I put
but before Polska, we met in Mexico, eh?
Mexico was
This
before
was the
that, yeah.
first event for you then.
Yeah, I came to John invited me to Polska, because I think was John in 21 already. Yeah, he was in Flato Days in 21. Then he invited me to Mexico, and then after that, we came to the point of going to Fest, and coming from Poland. I put my bike in the corner, and we were building till the festival. I think it was a month and a half. I rented a 23 ton again and rebuilt the line. Each year the first hip was going a meter or two back, because it was going faster and faster, the line. And in 2022 we rebuilt the whole running for the big ones. And that year, like the line worked insanely good, like no brakes.
Oh, yeah.
You just let the brakes off and full gas through the whole line.
I came there and I was so scared because like you check, like if you look from the side to those piles of dirt, it looked impossible for me. Like I couldn't envision how you approach it, how fast you have to be, because before I rode Mexico, I think Mexico was the biggest hill flat out days. And I was so scared, and everyone was scared on top. But like it's always this kind of anxious feeling, but
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
kind of hype, but also like being scared. And then like I know Novak, what's his name?
Victor.
Victor Novak has also said, dude, don't worry, I also shit my pants. Just go. And I was like, okay, man, I'm not the only one. And then yeah,
You
went,
just have to trust yourself, yeah.
trust yourself, push this wave. Like there was this little step down or like drop, and then you had to push this wave, and then it was like whoop,
Yeah, yeah.
going out. And this was like this feeling of going out. You could like I could do 2 tabletops, like one
That was
go
really good jump
straight,
for table.
and another one,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you had so much time. And then the long, it wasn't long and low, but long and big, and then the hip. And like the feeling of riding it was for me the ultimate flow state, because you're so focused on riding and you don't hear any spectators, you don't hear the wind. Like for me it was like just going in, and then on the bottom you wake up kind of to reality, and you're like, oh, let's do
Such a
another
good
lap.
time.
Let's do another lap. Yeah.
That was that year
Wow.
once we were riding, like you couldn't stop.
Nah.
We were going, I remember going with Red, with Jeroen, like total dark. Once we came, like you came the running, you jumped into the forest with a small shark fin.
Completely dark.
Before the small step up, before the step down, you went into total darkness. You jumped the step up, you saw the step down, and down there you saw the lights of the tent of the festival in front of the stage, you know. Already like lights around, we were still riding like that. But I knew like I don't have the night vision like Red does. Like
I don't know what's wrong with Red. I guess he rides with his like headlamps on and also without lamps, and he can ride till it's really
crazy.
really dark.
I almost killed myself at Royal, going behind him, it total dark, and I missed the on off.
How?
I
How
went
did you miss it?
I went 5-10 centimeters a bit too much further. Dude, I went like I almost went over the bars and I just pulled away. Like I was like, God damn, I'm lucky I didn't go over because it would be a shit show. But the Red is like, I don't know, integrated night vision.
And is just a legend. But also he helped a bit like of preparing the line, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Red, if you're gonna listen to this, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I was going to the total edge to the last day or before the festival, preparing everything, organizing everything, like because we do everything on our own. We don't have any financing at the back. We don't have I don't know. We just do everything on our own because we do it from what we have. And the Red came, took the shovel, and did the kicker of the first one, helped with the kicker of the second one, and then we did the last hip. But if he wouldn't help us, the Flat Days wouldn't be rideable till middle of the week probably. Because he came, he saw that I'm a bit irresponsible not having the line done. But it's such a big thing, like
Probably his exact words also. Like
I love him. Like he helped the event like in the way that it was riding insanely good then, but it was so much stuff behind, like the tickets, the organization. The COVID times were insane. Then like Monica was doing most of the organization behind the jumps. I was helping with some papers. Then have the calls, community around the town, the security guys. It's a big thing, and it's all on me. Like the main organization is me and Monica, and it's quite some stress as well. Like I try to put it off when I'm riding, and the riding actually when I go, I forget about it. But then it's quite a big thing for having
yeah, and like
as well.
it's not like for the listeners, it's not a small event. It's like big. There is a big bar, you know, everything like the camping, the riders are camping there, like party there, hammocks there, like trick jump session happening there, people going to the lake. Like it was like
I see it as a really cool event in the summer, like what we did.
it was like the perfect summer camp, I would say. Like
And it was like all on one place. Like camping, from camping you saw the last hip like 10 meters from you. So people were at their camping spots checking the whole line. Like you saw the first transfer, the middle jump if you're looking from the side, the last hip. It was way different than now. Like on copper now are way bigger, but we're gonna get to that. But so much stuff happened and so many things happening that I apologize to anyone that I'm gonna forget to mention, because it's such a big thing, and I'm grateful to each and everyone helping me and Monica out to have this happening. We really put our lives into it. Like I don't know why. I don't know when that kind of came to the point we're gonna do that and not gonna stop. I think after 2022, then
for me, you really educated like all the riders. Like educated, I mean it in a way of like you showed them a completely different vibe of a mountain bike event. It's not like all the mountain bike events I know is like mostly like exhibition area, then like people getting completely drunk. I think people also got completely drunk,
But it's not about it.
it's
Like
not
you can
about it.
you can get drunk, but if you want or
want,
not,
yeah,
yeah.
but like it's more about the sport and the riding, and not about like, hey, do the bike testing and like buy products and stuff. It was like really like a summer camp festival kind of,
Because that is not mountain bike event for me.
and for me neither. And the crazy thing is like always someone was riding the small line, which was actually a big line. Like
In 2022, it was working so well with the whip off.
and you could like always find some like you could join the session. You can always find someone to ride or go to the lake or get drunk or whatever you wanted to do. And also like the evening session, like for me, I don't know if there was a morning session also, but I just joined the evening
In
session.
2022, we did the morning session on Tuesday, and that was the day I don't know what would happen. The line was running really slower. That was the day that we went on Judas Priest. That
This was the next thing. You give the tickets to all of the riders.
we went to team building with company. I took my company. Me and Monica decided let's go to Fenasosa and see what Nico built in Fenasosa. Because like I look up to Nico, like the building way and everything. Like everything rides insane, and I love that style. Like I trust the build, and you just go. And I wanted to see what was Fenasosa, so we went 4 Riders Bike Park, La Poma and Fenasosa, and CJ was there, and we talked in the camper. I saw Judas Priest concert at the same date as the Flatout days, and I was like, should I spend 3,000 euro to take all the riders there? Like it would be one of a kind, one of a kind fucking thing. And like me and Monica talked, and I was like looking on the phone, Judas Priest, like we can't get them on the festival, but it's 1 hour away in Ljubljana. Like that clicked, and so I decided let's do it. And we rented the bus, and we just took all of you guys. Just a couple of them didn't go, but we took the whole bus. It felt like when you're going in a school
trip.
in a school trip, like with all the riders. Such a cool experience. And that was the day of morning session. And what crazy thing was, me and Monica talked like, imagine going Tuesday on Judas Priest, and that is the only day of the festival that it's raining. And in the evening of the Tuesday, it was raining in the evening. We couldn't have the session. So it was like envisioned it, like it's crazy. But that was the only one day of morning, and that was the only day we did the morning session because it was running so slower that you were explaining to me yesterday that you loved the jump on the whip of line, that you went into the right, which was the wall beside on the landing of the big one. And I hit the first transfer in the morning, the big one. And when I was in the kicker, I was like, God damn, I'm too slow. So I pushed as much as I could on the right because the landing was, like this. Inside was 23 meter on the sweet spot. I think 22 or 23. Then the outside was 27, I think. I pushed as much as I could on the right, and I saw the inside. So I was like, I don't want to go in. And I landed like 10 centimeters from the edge of the landing, going into that landing of the whip-off line. And at that point, I was like, dude, that could be maybe possible, but I don't want to go that way. But that was the no more morning session. It's too slow. A bit too risky. So we didn't do any morning session later on.
Great wake-up call, eh?
Oof. Like 5 coffees. But yeah, 2022 was like, when I was mentioning earlier, like came from Poland, put the bike beside, and we just went for the building. Dirt was coming in, stacking the landing, getting everything in the position, fixing what wasn't working in 21, just getting the line into what it was so that it rolled, no brakes, full gas. It was such a good feeling. But the craziest thing was that the whip-off line wasn't tested until the first day of the festival. Like we started building it 1 week before the festival from scratch. There were like I saw where it's gonna go, so I went in a week before with the 23-ton, put the material where we needed. Trucks were coming up for the on-off. I built the road for the trucks to bring the dirt for the on-off up there because it was just rocks. And we stacked the rocks. Then trucks were coming, I don't know, 20 trucks in reverse up there. Thanks for the drivers doing that. And they were doing it for free, like they were bringing the dirt for free. And then we construct the line. And thank you to the shapers, like it was 35 degree. I didn't have time to do the nice bowl on that landing you liked. And a friend of mine, Marco, said to me, it can't be like that because I made it a bit of an edge. Like I shaped it on the machine like that, shaped like that. We didn't have time. And Marco said, it can't be like that. Like it has to be a nice. I told him, if you're
Shout outs to Marco. This was the
it was Marco and David.
best hip jump.
Marco and
ever.
David, and like I told both of them, like if you guys are gonna go for it and you want to shape it up, do it. But I don't have time. They went full day, 1 day or 2 days, shoveling in 35 degree to make that in perfect landing shape, everything. Like shout out to them for doing that. It was like 35 degree. It was like pouring down from them, like crazy what we did and what people actually did for the event, that it came out what it was in 2022. So it was full gas. And first day of the festival, Monday, we went to test the whip-off line, and it worked. First go, poof, everything works. I was like, oh god damn, thank you universe.
But like, how was the feeling after the event?
Oh, exhausting.
Like, but also like
A good one.
happy
Good one.
because
Yeah.
like
It was the best
there
thing
was
ever.
not. I'm not sure, but I think there was not one really big injury.
I think one collarbone. I think Joe went for the backflip and
Joe, yeah, this was the only collarbone, I think. Yeah,
Martin did the front flip. Victor crashed, but luckily good.
yeah.
I think
Leo did the backflip. Peter
Yeah.
did the
Peter, yeah, it was a really sick event. And at that point, me and Monica saw what we envisioned is we signed 5-year contract with the trail center there.
with Kuchev.
With Kucheva, yeah. So 2020 we didn't do it with the contract because the local guys, the local club was the operator of the park. Then from 2020 to 21, it changed that municipality operated it. So we signed the contract, 5-year contract with them, which ended this December now. That was 2 months ago. I still had the contract going. So it was 21 was the first year of the contract, and it was 1 week. We had 1 week to earn money back that we invested, and we invested everything we had, all of it. Like I kind of went full in. Let's say I see the vision. This can become something that in a couple of years we can get the return back. So 2 years of investing, 3 years together with 2020, and then 23, 22, 24, and 25 would be the years getting back, because 2022, luckily CJ and Adidas came in and helped us a bit with the good sponsorship, but we still did 20k minus with the event. So we worked our asses off through the whole season with the whole crew in 2022 after the festival, with the pump trucks and everything, to cover everything back. And it was a hard time after. It was a good feeling and a bad feeling doing the negative balance. Like it was a hard year.
Yeah, okay, but you saw it as an investment.
I saw it as an investment, yeah.
But what happened?
The town didn't want the event anymore. They saw it. I'm gonna be honest, like I don't have the contract going anymore. I don't care at all. Like I want the truth to come out. Like people deserve to know what we went through. Like we put all our lives in it, everything into it, and they told they don't want the event anymore. We still their visitors. In this 1 week, we still the visitors.
What? From where?
I don't know. We bring the international visitors in. Like we are making Trade Center internationally known. Like but the lady there saw it like we're stealing the visitors, and that we're not family festival, and they want to be family trail center. While I think this can become a really cool family thing. They can come ride with the kids, and then in the evening, dad grabs a beer. Children can watch whole family can watch the show. Kids in 2022, they were running around wanting to be signed with the riders. Like, it was such a cool
I
thing.
think they just like
They
I
just
don't
didn't
know.
want us because, like, to be honest, there was some things behind budget-wise with them taking some for us. And once we told them that we found out, the whole narrative changed, and they wanted to get rid of us because me and
Good
Monica.
old greedy.
Yeah, they saw this is something that is going well, but then like it stopped. So in 23 we decided not to do the festival because it was so no undecided. Like,
Yeah, but
even
tell me,
even
this decision must hurt so bad
yeah,
because the line was running perfect. Like the reshape of the line would have taken a few days instead of weeks, probably.
it would be 10 days maybe.
Yeah. So also like the investment of the machine operating hours, everything like diesel would be way less, and you could like make the event happen with a lot less
Way
of
less
an
budget.
of
Yeah,
an
way less budget.
investment. So wow.
So then in 23 we decided not to do it because already before we had some issues. Like, we had a 5-year contract and a yearly contract. In the yearly contract we kind of decided how each year we're gonna like do the whole festival, because things were changing also in the trail center.
One more time to summarize it. They saw the event is like attracting a lot of riders. Like I think there were like a few thousand people probably. And then they were like,
Thousand,
okay,
yeah.
we want more money.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, I don't know the exact reason. They're just stupid from my point of view. I don't know. They have a different vision. I respect them for having different vision, but because I know what's behind it, I don't know. I don't understand them. Like, but now I'm glad that it happened. Like, at that point, I didn't understand it at all. Monica was like, "This is over." I even brought my dad, like a mediator, to the meeting to try to calm things down. He told me, like, "Jan, forget about it. This is not happening. Like, come on, we put everything into it. Like, jumps are there."
And more like and like also like everything into it, and you lose 20K. So
And all the investment and everything. And that's why I wanted to keep going, because we still had 3 years of contract.
can you say how big the investment was for the listeners, so we all get a feeling about what's happening behind an event like this? Because as a rider, I came there, I was like treated like a fucking prince, and then I have a good session, say thank you, and drive home. And I don't really have like food was sorted out, accommodation was sorted out, lift pass, or like not lift pass, shuttle service
Shuttle, yeah.
was everything. If I wanted to go to the lake, this, that, I didn't have any responsibilities. I was like living like a king. And also for me, I don't know what's behind an event like this. I organized a birthday party which was quite shitty with 15 people. This was like the biggest event I ever organized. So
It takes a lot from us. It takes a lot from us as people doing it. Like, it's exhausting.
and also like hourly work.
None of the hours from the start in 2017 to last year 25 weren't paid at all to me and Monica. Or like, everything is an investment till hopefully this year. Hopefully this year we start making back. But it was around not the money wise, all of it, but let's say half of it, maybe 3/4, all together with, let's say, unpaid hours in the 2022. So 2020, 21, 22, around 200,000. That's something like that. Because if we wouldn't do that, we would be building something with the company. But I decided that the company and the employees, the friends that we were building together, I invest the budget that I pay to them into the flat out. That was 21 and 22. So it was like 6 people on the wage just for the flat out from the company. And I think around 200,000 we lost around that in Kočevje. not being able to make it back. So that's why I wanted to push so much to be able to organize it to make it back. And we still had 23 was the year we decided to not do it. Then we wanted to do it 24. We went for the meetings, everything.
Again in Kochevce.
Yeah, we just couldn't make it work. And was it 20? God, so much things happening. Yeah, it was 23. We wanted to organize for 24. Monica was telling me, I'm not going to organize it anymore. It's too stressful. It's too much like things under your legs. So everything going against it. But jumps were there, investment was there. We just need to kind of come together with the telecenter. I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why this didn't click. Then at the end of 23, they tore down the line. Like they didn't want to legalize the jumps. They were legalizing the bike park. Because the jumps at that point were illegal. But
Not even this, like, not even the small line, which was also a big line.
everything was there built illegally at that point, and we decided to legalize it after. But I'm not sure if it's okay telling that, but I don't think anything can happen. So park didn't want to legalize the line, and I want to be truthful because I think if I'm not truthful, it's just telling something.
Can I interrupt you? How do you even legalize a line like this? Because in
In Slovenia, it's possible.
in Austria, it's not possible because we have like kind of if it's should be a public line, you have to accept certain rules, certain heights, certain distances, and
The line was in the heights, so it was all good. Even the hip, even the hip.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
because they would get the whole permit for the whole bike park, and it could fall in. So the company doing the legalization told me, because like I have the company, I could do the legalization process as well, but it was other company doing it, and they told me, yes, we can do it, but the director of the trail center needs to confirm it. So they didn't want it. What they told me is, destroy the line, we legalize the bike park, and then set up the line back. And I sent them the invoice for 80K to set it up. And they told me, if I'm crazy, aren't you crazy that you want me to put down the line that's already working? Like, we just legalize it, and you don't want it legalized because they were afraid that somebody would come right after the event and crash, and they would be responsible. I gave them the opportunity. I signed the paper. I'm the responsible person behind the jumps. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to hear it. And
also, you just need one chain on the top run or on the step down, then the whole you can't ride.
I close the line with the channel in front of the kickers every year. And if somebody wants to ride the line, they need to bring the machine, start shaping the line. You could see them shaping the line. Like they need a week to shape it up. Like
he sneaked in with a 23-ton machine.
I mean, a 6 or 8 ton could be enough to shape the line, but you're operating the trail center. You could see the machine there. So they didn't want to legalize the line. And then I was joking, like I told Monica, they're not gonna destroy it. They're not gonna put it down. Like it's just words, like, dog barking. But they actually did. So at the end of 23, I think it was December, I saw on the video somebody from Kochevce give me a call. They're taking down the line. I was like, no way. I checked the camera because they had the camera down there. I see a machine parked up there and the line leveled. And I was like, fuck, Monica, let's go check what's there. We come there, all the line, poof, flat. I cried. Like, dude, it was our life in. Like, we put everything into it. I put all my savings from the programming. We put all the company stuff into. Like, it was a hard time. We didn't know what was gonna happen at that point. Like, we lost everything. We knew we just have to survive. We had one machine that we have to. So from 23 to 24, I programmed back to keep the machine, to pay the machine off, because it's on leasing, the 6 ton. And Monica was working, I was working. We were paying our costs and machine costs so that we kept the company going, because we lost everything at that point. It felt like we lost everything. I'm still almost at the point of getting a tear out, because it was a wild story. Coming there, seeing, when you came in 22, you see a big keep, it's like, god damn, but there's gonna be insane to ride. You came there in December 23, you just see a leveled field again, like it was in 2020. Just the Vipov line is still standing. They kept that for the bike park. In the mulch. And it's a funny story with the mulch jump as well. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm gonna go with the steps if you want me to continue the whole thing.
I have enough of Kochev.
Yeah, let's go for the
It's
copper.
too sad for me to listen.
But I think it's cool that people know.
Yeah, and it's cool that the government once again.
It's not the government, it's one director who doesn't like what we did and thought that it's best to take it out. And I'm
From
happy.
a business perspective, I kind of understand that this line won't attract thousands of families. Hey, let's jump. Hey, little 6-year-old boy, jump
that's true.
25 meters. But like if you see it like from the perspective of a pyramid, if you have like the top of the top riders, like you know, I don't know how to say it, but the magic of those riders jumping those jumps spreads down to the whole bike park. So you have visibility, you have credibility, you have like everything you want as a bike park. Okay, you just can ride those huge piles of dirt probably 1 week a year, but it's enough to kind of put the whole trail center into the limelight, in my opinion. And this is what I don't get, because like you attract the scene, also like beginners, you attract the scene with the top riders. This is why bike parks pay hundreds of thousands to have a World Cup there, because if you have a World Cup track there, it's like, Leogang is a World Cup track, you know?
Yeah.
1% of the ride, like 10% or 20% of the riders roll down, crash down, and can say, okay, I rode the World Cup track once, you know.
They're
but
happy.
yeah, but it's not like for the public actually.
Yeah.
Everyone can ride it, but it's not fun for the public. But it's still attracting people because
Yeah.
they want to see it. And I think it's the same with those kind of huge piles of dirt, and just looking at it is like, those things have a kind of an aura, because like just thinking about the parable you make jumping over it, you know, this is like, for me, it's always fascinating, just walking around and looking at the jumps. But yeah,
That's what me and Monica thought as well, but seems like it wasn't aligned with them, and now I'm really happy it wasn't aligned. Like from 23 to 24, it was a wild thing, just trusting that I don't know in what we trusted, but something's gonna. We weren't stopping. Like, to be honest, we started looking for new locations, because even though we lost it, we didn't give up. I don't know why. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Seems like
You seem like a stubborn motherfucker, and this is also like, you seem like a guy who gets punched into the nuts, and you return to get another hit. You know, like it's like you won't stop.
Sometimes I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I was like, I'm gonna show you, we're gonna get back, and you didn't kill us, because what they told me back in Kočevje, and that's the last thing that let's one more story from Kočevje, then let's shut it down. It's they told me nobody else is gonna give you the place to build those jumps, so they kind of pressured me into we're the only ones, and they kept me into this game, and then comes Koppe.
Fuck I do not fuck
the touring down. Once Monica put out online that the line was destroyed, that's when things clicked. We were quite some time not knowing what to do and anything, like just swimming in the unknown, not knowing what to do in life now, because some part of your life is flown away. Like, it was part of us to do that, even though we had a contract and everything. Some people think that contract was broken, but it was still valid. Even though they put out the line, the contract was still valid. We thought about suing, but I decided not to. Like, goddamn, let's invest our time into something better. Suing let's go into this stuff. I'm not that guy to do that. I want to build another jump line, bring the flat out days back, and not go into law system. So we put online that Fleta Days in Kočevje is gone.
I remember this post. It was like a
And
foggy picture, like
yeah.
a foggy.
Monica I really love how Monica can kind of put the feelings into online things, and we put that online. 2 days later, I think 2 days later, I have a call with a friend from the valley under Kope. He says, come to Kope. They updated, the owner updated to chairlifts. We could build a bike park there. Maybe you can bring the flat days up here. I will organize a meeting with the owner.
2 days later.
2 days later, like as soon as we posted, things started moving. 1 week later, I was up on Kope having a meeting with Boštjan.
Who is the owner?
Boštjan is like goddamn, but he's a savior of the festival, and he's one crazy dude, like me, who doesn't want to stop, and he's building up Kope. And something clicked, and we came to the agreement that let's do the bike park and let's bring festival up here.
So Kope, to explain, was kind of a dead ski resort, kind of. You showed me the picture on Google Earth from
ski resort. It was operated from the other ski resort, went bankrupt 10-something years ago. He bought it and started developing it back. And this friend who called me operated the bike park in 23. So he is not able to do it on his own, beside his job, doing it like voluntarily work. So he called me, like a company who's doing that. And I'm happy we didn't kind of go, let's sell the machine and start something new, but we pushed. We had a feeling something is waiting for us.
the goddamn phoenix out of the ashes.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like at that point, once I was with Boštjan, I was like, thank you, Kočevje. Thank you for destroying the line. I couldn't believe myself, but thank you. At that point, I understood why. Before that, I didn't understand why this was happening to us. Why we lost everything, why they destroyed the line, why they destroyed the good times that we had. Why they destroyed the good times, not of us, the riders, but everyone, the visitors, everyone. Like it brought together such a good group of people, and the 2022, the festival got recognized around the world more, and it would be such a good time, and I didn't know why it shut down. And then
There's this Japanese saying, kind of the things where you think is the worst luck, or the worst thing which can happen, open up the real luck to your life. Man, this was probably the worst translation ever from my side. And the things where you think this is the biggest luck happening to you will turn out in really bad things. Like, and this is once more like in the moment when they told you, hey, you can't continue with flat out days at this certain place, I won't tell the name ever again. It must be the worst feeling ever.
It wasn't the best one, yeah. It was.
Then Kope, and the nice thing is like I saw both locations, or I've been to both locations, and you can't compare.
No, it's not comparable at all.
Nah, like this is like tell me the square meters of the whole resort you're operating on.
I have no idea now.
In the documentary, it was 1 million.
Possibly 800 hectares. I don't know what. It's a big area. It's big
huge.
Area.
How many lifts?
4 chair lifts and 3 tow lifts.
You have the Austrian side.
It's not in Austria, but it's turned towards Austria.
It's not okay. I thought you can like.
It's like this is the last slope, and this is the hillside, and this is the edge of Austria.
Okay, but
it's like 20 minutes from the border, something like that. But we came up there. I came with the offer to build a bike park. Boštjan said, let's go together. So we decided to go, and
as partners.
And Now we're also like I saw the possibility there when I was, to be honest, I was already up on COP in 2019 on a meeting to build a bike park and something, but didn't have the budget understanding of what we have to do, and it didn't click. But in back of my mind, COP, I already was thinking flat out days COP, but it was like one distant thing that never got to the point that I would really realize it before Tommy from the valley called and let's organize a meeting. And then we just came to the point with Bustian, let's do it. I trust him. He trusts me that I'm gonna build a bike park from scratch. They had the lines there, but Flowline was going over the ski slope. Every year they had to tear it down. So it was like put up, put down, put up, put down. They had 3 lines, I think. And I decided to go from scratch. So in 2024, it was the first year we started working with Koppe. And we started total scratch. And we started in June. We opened the bike park at the end of July with, I think, 3 kilometers of lines. We had to start something. That till the end of the season, till October, we had 5 kilometers. And the idea was, let's bring festival back in 25.
So, and now I have to interrupt because it's not 5 kilometers of shitty trails, because like you can come up with a trail quite quick. Insane trails, like bike park corners which are insanely nice, jumps. And for me, the craziest things are the natural lomas, kind of.
That was built last year then.
Okay, yeah, but insane lines, like,
Mhm.
and like you really feel this from riders, also for riders, by riders kind of approach from those trails. So
Yes, some of those trails were built in a week.
yeah, but it doesn't need more like this. It was like a kind of more like building ruts, riding the ruts, and
Exactly.
you have a
Like
finished trail.
I was like, why should we put the humus out and spend time? It's gonna get ridden in. I did get some, let's say, bad words for like, this is not the line, this is riding over the berries. But in 2 months it was a line.
Loam.
Yeah, it's called loam, yeah. But in 2 months it was already like something ridden in. And yeah, so 2024 we started working. We lived up there in the apartments. Bustian gave us his apartment to live in. It was, I think, 6 people that we worked. And then over the winter we worked in snow. So because I knew that if we want to bring the festival up and have as much as possible trails, we have to improvise and do something that we didn't do before and just put the snow away. Not when it's half a meter, but it was 20-30 centimeters of snow. We worked over the snow, started building the flow line, started building the jump line. And that was the point when I saw that I don't want to do it at all anymore. Because I, like, up on Kope, it can be windy as well. Winter can be harsh sometimes. Weather can be harsh. Not the whole summer, of course, but a day in the summer can be bad too. So in the winter, I thought it's 20 centimeters of snow, the similar weather I made with the machine, but actually there was 1 meter because of the wind. So I had the line chosen for the line. I mean the terrain chosen where I want to go, but because of the snow, I changed the line, and then I came there with the machine. It was like half a meter to a meter of snow. We were moving away, and I fucked it up. Not enough elevation, so I have to fix this year a bit before the season. And then that's the point I decided no more building in snow anytime at all. Like no more. But we did a push to build as much as possible for last year's flat out days.
Okay, but if you say you did a push,
Yeah, it was a push.
hey,
Like me and Monica just talked couple days ago. Like it was worse than anything in Kočevje. It was worse than anything during COVID.
but also that in your mindset, and this is what I don't understand, and I think there's this saying, there's a thin line between being a genius and being crazy. It's like
I'm not sure on which side I am.
me neither, but like dude, you went so big with the idea when it comes to the big line. You weren't happy enough with like setting up like 2 or 3 jumps. You were like, okay, this line it's gonna be this big, and we do the push, like how you say it, and you pushed for like a whole line, and yeah, like I can't even imagine how many trucks of dirt loads and machine hours and everything to build those mountains of dirt. If you go up with this chairlift, you see this first hill. You don't know if it's from nature or it's man built. Then the next one, then the line, and you're like, what?
It's quite insane, yeah.
Normally those things are developed in a few years, kind of.
A lot of people told me why I didn't do that.
Yeah, because there's the thin line we talked about, being crazy and like a genius. But yeah, I and this is what I respect so much about you, is that you like aim so high, and still you get like fucked up like a few times, and you're still going hard, and you're still trying hard, and like go bigger, but do the push once again after you got hit with a stick a few times, and again and again, and like, yeah. And then also like the weather last year,
It wasn't the best.
it was like the worst thing which can happen
Yeah.
to because there was one huge thunderstorm and like little shitty rains during the day, and it was like shaping the line, thunderstorm, shaping the line, rain, and it was like,
It was like, I don't know how it's called is it in English called as well, like Sisyph work. In Slovenia we call it Sisyphovo. Like it's called like you're just doing the same shit over and
a
over.
Sisyphus, yeah,
Sisyphus,
Sisyphus,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like doing same thing all over again. It's like, what am I doing?
And dude, last year you didn't look well, I have to say. You and Monica,
We were destroyed, yeah, totally.
like you could see it in your eyes, like
Yeah.
the push was
That-
a lot.
It took a toll on us.
You had empty, like complete, and your eyes are like,
Battery was on 1%.
yeah.
Like, why I decided to do it is I didn't want to go through the same process again. Because even if I would do a smaller one, like the bike park wasn't there. Like we had 5 kilometers in 24. We can't do a festival at 5 kilometers, maybe at 2 kilometers. Like, it's not enough trails. There's no flow line properly. Like, we needed more, because otherwise it's gonna slow the process of the festival coming back. And some people already told me why we didn't wait with the festival 1 year. It was already 3 years of festival not being organized. And so 23, 24, but altogether it was 3 years from the last one to the last years. I just decided, I got the 23-ton machine from Caterpillar from Technox Group in Slovenia for 1 month for free. We bought it at the April, and we went full gas for 3 months. And so April, May, June, and then till flat out days, till 14th of July. We went 3 months and a half full gas, and the 23-ton was rotating every day almost. In the meantime, I gave it to the resort. They were digging for the wellness area, which is gonna be built this year, and all the people are gonna be able to enjoy the pools, all saunas, jacuzzi. If there's gonna be rain, they were loading the trucks, bringing me dirt for the big jumps. I think around 10 days, 2 weeks. And then they gave me their 15-ton Kobelko to shape the line as well, because the 23-ton had just a big bucket to dig, no tilt. So it was, a friend of mine was rotating every day for 12 hours inside. I just came, put this here, go higher. And we had 20 people working up there on the bike park and the big line. What a crazy year. It was like, I don't know. I decided to do it, and once we started doing it, we had to do it. We opened up the terrain, like we really even wanted to continue with the line, but I saw it's not going to be possible, so we put the grass back. And the line is getting longer, probably next year or in 27, 28. But it was a crazy year. We did such a big push, and I decided that sometime in May, I decided I'm not gonna ride this year. I think it's not gonna be possible to finish it properly with me working, organizing people, setting up all the organization for the festival, setting up the tickets, because me and Monica set up the website, set up the ticket sales, marketing, getting sponsors. We do it more or less ourselves, and then have other people working on the lines and helping us out. But I had to organize 20 people in the I think altogether was 20 people, and some came to help out for free, some were paid for, most were paid for. And also Monica like Kočevje took a toll on me and Monica, but I'm a person who can like, okay, you fucked me, I'm gonna show you, we're gonna build here now. But you know, it affects women differently, as let's say at least Monica differently than me, and she didn't feel well of she didn't know how to bring the festival back. Like they tore it down there, like we lost everything, and it was a hard year for both of us to kind of survive as partners, to go over it. Sometimes I ask myself, why did I allow myself to put us over that? But if we wouldn't do it, we both agreed to do it. Like it wasn't something that it was just one side of us wanting to do it. But now we're here, like we made it happen, and it was crazy stuff. Like 1.5 months before the festival, it was dry season. Like each day sunny, everything was dry. We were rotating the dirt, which was like dust. And then at the time of the festival, two days before, poof rain again. We shape it back, poof rain, we shape it back, poof rain, we shape it back. Like it was, come on, like is it gonna stop? I don't know, I slept most of the season. I slept 4 hours, 5 hours per night, worked 12 to 16 hours per day, no pause. So almost, I think, I don't know if I had any weekend off, any day off. More or less just repeat, and that's why I was like 1% of battery. That's why we couldn't come to the festival down there. That's why we couldn't attend the festival, hang out with people. We were totally destroyed.
Do you
Uh,
think now, if you look back now, you could recharge your batteries? Because, like you told me, from flat out test to today, you're still working every day.
Yeah, we couldn't stop because Kope is such a different place that we had to turn around the whole festival, find out new solutions, how to connect everything to chairlifts now, how to put out the festival, how to put the pricings out. Because, like, to be honest, like last year the festival was a bit more expensive. Was this year I put the prices lower because I learned a couple of things, how everything operates, and we're still setting up the bike park. It's like the system is not totally there. The summer season is totally new also. We're setting everything all together. And like they have a skiing season going on, but bike park season is something we're still setting up in a proper way. Like we're developing it, like I said, from scratch. And it's something that it's not done over the night. So the festival tickets, the bike park tickets, prices for everything, how to package it together, the hotels, the camping area. This year they're building the camping bigger, so a new camping. So renovating one hotel, 2 wellnesses. So the resort is getting such a cool updates that the festival can. I don't see it as okay, now it's in the resort, it's gonna become a mainstream. No, I don't think at all. I just see that it can expand with so many more possibilities, with people having a nightclub who wants to party and dance, with having wellness for people who want to chill there, with camping people who want, like, such a big environment where people with different groups can kind of set up. So I envision it like, I don't know, couple different groups. We can have 1,000-2,000 people up there at some point coming to the festival, and I envision it as something that we couldn't do in Kočevje. Like Kočevje was more or less full in 2022. We could have a few more camping spread out, like people in the camping, but then Like Kope is totally different story now. And
I experienced it as it was the first trip with the whole family, like with Henry and Laura and stuff. And Henry, I think, was 3 weeks old or something. And we did this trip, yeah, to Kope and to Flatout Days, and it was like really a super nice experience because, like, you know, with the baby and stuff, you don't want it that loud, so you go for a hike somewhere where it's super silent and like it's a beautiful area for hiking.
insane.
It's I spent most of my time with my like enduro bike, like riding those spicy frogs and I don't know the name of
Black Knight,
Black
Twisted Night.
Knight, all those things. Like I got so hooked on that and like came back, chilled with the family, rode in the afternoon. Like it was again this like stress-free vibe, and also like you always found someone for a session. Back there's a mulch jump, a roost off event. We had this lunch included and everything, and we like Laura and me and Henry, we stayed in the hotel you set up for us, which is like not a, I wouldn't say a bike hotel. It was like a premium, super fancy hotel, and I was a bit like, okay, crazy what this place is all about. And yeah, like with all the things going wrong from the weather side and like figuring out the line, like I had such a great time again at Flatout Days. Like also like
For me, it didn't feel like it at all, but
yeah,
I'm
but
glad I
you're
see it.
so involved in the
Yeah.
process and you just see the mistakes probably afterwards. But like
I started.
for all the people who don't know, there's like this called line hammer line, which is also like you call it the small line, but it's still actually a big line and it's open for the public all year round, and it's the probably biggest line open for public in like Austria, of course, Germany probably, and I don't know Slovenia.
I don't know if there is any line like this on the lift.
I don't know either, but you created the toilet bowl, which is kind of a 270 or 360 berm. You jump in, then like a huge or a big 15, 17 meters like whip off jump, and you're gonna continue this line, and then you have like the fest line next to it, which is just impressive. Like just the look of it is impressive. And what's your plan for this year?
Yes, so as I mentioned, like you already we spoke, like I didn't stop working at all because I mean we had a couple of days off, but we couldn't take any vacation, like because we put everything again back in. What we do, what we made, we put everything back in, and we just needed to continue to evolve the whole idea of the festival based on this new place now. Like Kope is, as I mentioned, totally different. Where is it gonna be trick session? Where is gonna be whip off? Last year, people didn't believe me. Whip off is gonna be happening because a month before the festival, Hammerline didn't exist. Like it was big piles were there, but not for the Hammerline, just for the fest line. And yeah, I heard a lot of times like, why did you go for this big push with the fest line? Why not go jump by jump by jump? But I wanted to do this big push and then not having it next year again with one or two jumps. I want to shape the line and have 1 year that it's a bit more chill and not having part of it chill, part of it not. I didn't know it's gonna be such a big push, such a big toll on me and Monica. At the end, I don't know. It was.
You survived.
We survived. What can I say? Maybe it was a bad decision. Maybe not. Now we're here.
Once again, the question: you think?
What's the plan?
Nah, you charged up your batteries now? Or you
totally.
feel recharged?
I'm good. Perfect. I'm more than happy. Like I see the vision back. I see. The only thing that like is kinda sometimes I'm asking myself like, how is this gonna go forward? We changed the place totally, and then the weather was, a bad vibes. Maybe sometimes it gives you like it was rain and stuff like that, but you can do anything. So now we're doing everything we can to kind of set up the whole system again. And over the winter we started in October, November. They're working on updating the website, setting up the tickets prices back, learning from 2025 to update it in 2026, talking to Bostian Resort on what's gonna be there, what we can offer in 2026 this year. So we're gonna have bigger camping spots, more camping spots. Bostian is renovating one hotel again, which we're not gonna offer this year yet. But once more and more people come, we have more than enough space to host international people coming with planes and stuff like that. I'm really happy. Like Americans are coming this year. 7, 8 Americans already booked, and I was like, Monica, it's first Americans are coming to the festival. It's such a good, like, it's crazy good feeling. Like we put so much work in last year that it's really, I'm glad that it's returning back, and I know that like we have to keep going, that at some point we make back all our hours that we put inside last year. And I don't care about the Kuchevia. Kuchevia was like, even if it was free from me and Monica, it's like we put the brand up there and we can work with it now. And Kope now is the thing where I think this is the final place. This is where Flat Out Days is gonna evolve into something that I see it, Monica sees it as really something that I don't see it anywhere else. For example, as you mentioned, having such a big group of people together, like-minded people, families, riders, professional riders. We're organizing bike school. I want to organize kids camp, so that a kids camp now for 4 days this year for 20 kids. Then in the future, I want a full week camp maybe, or just 4 days with more than 20 kids coming, having instructors. Just getting into something that I see can evolve mountain biking community, because I look at it as a community project, to be honest. Like bring together as like mountain bikers, and not like just mountain bikers, but families which are just having fun on mountain bike maybe 2-3 times per week. In the whole week they can go for a hike, they can go down in the valley, take a tour around, because the valley is such a big one. And it's not just Kope. Then like you can connect it with big tours around the valley. You can go on the old location in EWS, in the cave, in the old mining system. But up on Kope, like just develop it into something that like we knew it's possible in Kuchevia. Fuck, I put that name again. But we knew it's possible, and that's why it was like put down there, because it's Kope now that it's making it possible. And like making the hammer line longer, making the possibility for riders that want to get into big jumps. But I just can't have everyone riding the fest. Like I have around 70 people that I can accept to fest. And then there is a lot of riders who want to come, but it's just too many to accept at once.
Man, it's getting dangerous, and it's like, I think also like from a rider perspective, man, I'm a privileged guy to be able to ride in this event and stuff. But like for riders who wanna ride this stuff, I think what's the best way to approach such big jumps? Like for me, it would be like a step-by-step attend the festival, ride the hammer line, ride the jumps, enjoy the bike park, see the other guys riding the big line, and then like maybe step by step like grow into it. But it's not like, okay, I see those guys jumping those things, let's do it by myself. Because also like I always say, riding those jumps is not hard, it's actually quite easy, but you need to be like fully confident doing it. And you need to know a few things, that it's not like jumping a normal bike park jump. So it's a different kind of going out the lip, going
kind of flying.
It's kind of flying, but if you wanna like, for example, like if you wanna in a bike park, you pull out and wanna put your front wheel into the landing. If you do this on those jumps, you're gonna have like the
You
good
can go
old
quickly OTB.
OTB, yeah.
Ratata, as Red says it.
Ratata. This is on 25 meters. The ratata is
No-
can be life changing, and
yeah,
this is also, I think, why 70 riders is more than enough. And
I feel like sometimes I thought it's too many, but then at some point I was like, visitors come up as well, because the festival is not just like, not the festival visitors and the festival, the people that come to the festival and just the big the fest riders, but also people come to watch it because it's something that's not like it's not happening almost anywhere, and people from the valley come watch it, and you want to have riders slapping over, and on the other hand, I want to give opportunity to many riders, because I didn't have the opportunity to just come and ride the big jump, so I made it myself, and now I want to give opportunity to more riders, but then you have the limit somewhere. So Hammerline, for example, is something that is perfectly fine, hopefully with some riders to enjoy riding besides, instead of being able to ride the fest. Then maybe year after or 2 years after they come to the fest, we're still in the process of developing all the system, how to develop the wildcard system exactly, how to get new riders to the fest, because there's so many, like I get messages all the time, even on the festival I get asked a lot of times. It's stressful organizing, building,
yeah.
speaking. It's sometimes I don't want to, I don't want to be a dick, but it's hard. It's hard. Some people even pressure you into it, like I came from there and there I want to ride, but it's not easy to kind of make decisions.
You think you're gonna be one of those 70 riders this year?
I want to be. Like, I haven't been on the bike since October. I've been working all the time just to get things sorted out. Season is coming soon, so I think winter is finishing up on Cope in a month and a half. So I started building again in April, start of April probably. And I won't go for the big push again. No more. Base is there, jumps are there. We just shape it up, fix it up what wasn't working the best. And even like after the event, Pascal, Lucas went through the set. So first big one, second big one, third jump, they went over. Like the line was working 3 days after the festival because it dried out. And goddamn, that was a good feeling. And they would hit the fourth jump if the landing would be shaped, but I didn't shape it because I decided it's not going to be rideable. So I didn't go with shape after the last train in the middle of the week during the festival. But if there would be, I think Pascal and Lucas would hit it. So I'm pretty happy it was they tested it to that point. And I can't wait to session it with you guys. Like, I'm still out of, not riding for so long, not riding last year at all. You kind of fall out of it a bit.
Yeah, but the good thing on riding those big jumps, you like for me, for example, it's like my 6th year now doing those bigger jumps. And every time, like I roll into those ramps, I feel like a beginner. It's not like I'm so confident now that it's yeah. When I'm in the jump, it's always the same thing, Then it clicks, but the
Yeah,
coming into the jump with like 60 kgs,
best
like
feeling ever.
yeah, when you're used to it again. But
Yeah.
before it's like, oh,
It's a scary one, yeah.
I need a new underwear, kind of.
I can't imagine what Pascal was going through when he tested the first jump. Like, I was thinking till May.
I didn't know this guy before. I never heard of Pascal Kober. And then, like, those guys were doing the run in, and suddenly this long haired legend jumped over.
Yeah, he told me like, Jan, do you allow me to do the first hit? And I was like, if you feel it, just
Allow me.
just go for it, dude. And when he went over, like, I set it up. I didn't know if it's gonna work. I trusted myself it's gonna work. Like, I envisioned it's gonna work. When he went over and I saw him flying, I was like, go over, go over, go over. And he landed. I was like a little kid, like running down to him, happy as hell, like loving him for doing that. Like, dude, you saved my ass.
Wow.
And this year, let's see what the whole line is gonna look like till the end. We can still continue it later as we spoke, but I really hope more people come. Really hope it starts growing into what me and Monica sees it, because it has so much possibility, and we want to build a bike park into something that is not here yet. So many possibilities. We can build so much different lines. I want to have gaps. We built more lines last year that didn't exist for the Plato days, so new lines are already there. Didn't open it for the bike park yet, so for the opening on May 29th, it's already gonna be there, rideable. And what we do is first day and last day of the bike park is the same as Bustian did in the ski resort. They put the first and last day free, and we decided to do it the same. Come for free, ride for free, and see what we
Get addicted.
yeah, get addicted, yeah, but see what we built new. Come and check it out. And to also like I love how Resort does it. Like how Bustian envisions things for the people. He's really a people person. And like it's there you have a lunch inside the ticket. So it's 35 euro, you get a lunch in the resort and for a full day. And that's something that you don't I didn't think of it before, but now that I'm up on Cope and see their system in the winter, I apply for the summer. We work together to get it the best as possible, and let's see what the next years are gonna bring. But I see it as the best opportunity ever, and thank you for destroying the old line to the guys and bringing me this opportunity to do something that I see it now as our, let's say, our life's plan. This is our life's project, and we're totally into it. But I can't wait to finish this season and take one big vacation with Monica after everything we went through. We don't have time to do it yet, but I can't wait to do that. But I have more than enough energy to go into this season and get you guys happy, all of us happy.
I think this is the perfect way to wrap it up.
It was a long one, huh?
I was interested, so
Yeah.
for me it didn't feel long. But yeah, a few more things. How can we support the festival? Buy a festival ticket at
Yeah, I mean the festival ticket is there with purpose. So we have to organize everything. It's a lot of people now behind the festival to get everything going. You buy the festival ticket if you want to attend the festival activities like whip off, trick session, dual slalom, pump track, go to the nightclub in the evening, hangings out at the bar, stuff like that. That's the festival ticket is for. Then with the festival ticket you also get a camping ticket included and also trail use included. So if you have an e-bike, you can buy a festival ticket, you can ride all the trails in the bike park. If you want to ride the bike park, you have a bike park ticket or both together. If you're gonna camp, you have a packages or a separate camp. If you have groups, we set up packages for multiple groups with better prices, stuff like that. So the best way to support the festival and what we do and see what Fleta Days is, and is just come with friends or come alone, buy the festival ticket. If you're gonna sleep on the mountain, you can sleep in the hotel, you can sleep in the camp, buy the packages and come have a good time. And this year I'm gonna join, not just riding but having fun with everyone. And this is how you support the festival and support not just the festival but support the whole idea of what we're building. Because as I mentioned and we mentioned earlier, like one thing is the big jumps, but the other thing is everything around it. Like
community.
yeah, fest line is still the main thing of the festival, but the other main thing is community. It's meeting new friends, hanging out, meeting new people, making new connections, not coming to the event and just having like 50 companies there presenting the new components and stuff like that. This can be a part of the event, but it's not the main thing. The main thing is this is how maybe sometimes you support the event, you finance the event. But we have a festival going, we have the tickets going just for that as well. We have to be paid to do it at some point, because till now it was just minus, and now I see a good vision of getting sorted that out and actually do the festival profitable, that we are able to do it for 10 years and maybe more. And I see it something that, I don't know, in Europe at the moment, it's nothing like that happening currently. Even Hackfest is not happening anymore, which was also something that we kind of, Loosefest, Hackfest was something we looked up to and evolve from. Like we looked how they do it, then we did our own thing, and now we're doing our own thing totally. But how to support this is come, buy the ticket and have fun with us, hang out, and bring as many friends as possible. That's it.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being crazy. Thank you for doing the big push. And yeah,
It's I just feel it's, I don't know, it's life. It's a lifestyle that I have it. I don't know why. I just, let's do it. But
thank you,
interesting.
Jan. Thank you,
Thank
Jan
you,
and
Stevie.
Monica, and see you at Flatout Days. One more thing, when is the date?
Oh yeah, the date is July 13 to 19, and come up to Kope and have fun with us and support our vision.
Cheers.
Thank you.